யாந்தி மகாந்தி மங்களானி ஸ்மிருதே சகல கல்யாண பாஜனம் யத்ர ஜாயதே புருஷஸ்தமஜம் நித்யம் ரஜாமி சரணம் ஹரிம். ஓம் சன்னோ மித்ரஸ்யம் வருணः சன்னோ பவத்வர்யமா சன்ன இந்திரோ ப்ருஹஸ்பதிः சன்னோ விஷ்ணுருக்ரமः. நமோ பிரம்மணே நமஸ்தே வாயோ த்வமேவ பிரத்யக்ஷம் பிரம்மாசி த்வமேவ பிரத்யக்ஷம் பிரம்ம வதிஷ்யாமி ரிதம் வதிஷ்யாமி சத்யம் வதிஷ்யாமி தன்மாமவது தத்வக்தாரமவது அவது மாம் அவது வக்தாரம். ஓம் சாந்தி சாந்தி சாந்தி. சகனா பவது சகனௌ புனக்து சக வீர்யம் கரவாவஹை தேஜஸ்வினாவதீதமஸ்து மா வித்விஷாவஹை. ஓம் சாந்தி சாந்தி சாந்தி. யஸ்சந்தசாம் ரிஷபோ விஸ்வரூபः சந்தோயோத்யமிருதாः சம்பபூவ சமேந்திரோ மேதயா ஸ்ப்ரணோது அமிர்தஸ்ய தேவ தாரணோ பூயாசம் சரீரம் மே விசர்ஷணம் ஜிஹ்வா மே மதுமத்தமா கர்ணாயாம் பூரி விஸ்ருவம் பிரம்மணः கோஷோऽसि மேதயா பிஹிதः ஸ்ருதம் மே கோபாய. ஓம் சாந்தி சாந்தி சாந்தி. அஹம் விருக்ஷஸ்ய தேவா கீர்த்தி பிரசன்னிதேவ ஊர்த்வபவித்ரோ வாதினீவ ஸ்வமிதமஸ்மி திரவிணகுஞ்சவர்ச்சசம் சுமேதா அமிர்தோக்ஷிதः இதி த்ரிஷம்போர்வேதானுவச்சனம். ஓம் சாந்தி சாந்தி. அஹம் நமதः பூர்ணமிதம் பூர்ணாத் பூர்ணஸ்ய பூர்ணமாதாய பூர்ணமேவாவசிஷ்யதே. ஓம் சாந்தி சாந்தி சாந்தி. ஆப்யாயந்து மம பலமிந்திரியாணி ச சர்வாணி சர்வம் பிரம்மோபனிஷதம் மாஹம் பிரம்ம நிராகுர்யாம் மா பிரம்ம நிராகரோத். அநிராகரணமஸ்வநிராகரணம் மே அஸ்து ததாத்மனி நிரதே ய உபனிஷத்சு தர்ம தே மயி சந்து தே மயி சந்து. ஓம் சாந்தி சாந்தி சாந்தி. மே மனசி பிரதிஷ்டிதா மனோ மே வாசி பிரதிஷ்டிதம். வேதஸ்ய மகாணீஸ்தः ஸ்ருதம் மே மா பிரகாசீः. அனேனாதீதேனாஹோ காத்ரான் சந்ததாமி வதிஷ்யாமி சத்யம் வதிஷ்யாமி தன்மாமவது தத்வக்தாரமவது அவது மாம் அவது வக்தாரமவது வக்தாரம். சாந்தி சாந்தி சாந்தி. भद्रन्नो अपिवातयमनः. ओम शांति शांति शांति। भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवान् सस्तनूभिः यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्तिः यो ब्रह्माणो विदधाति पूर्वं यो वै वेदांश्च प्रहिणोति तस्मै तगुह्यदेवमात्मबुद्धिप्रकाशं मुमुक्षुर्वै शरणमहं प्रपद्ये ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः विश्वन्दर्पणदृश्यमाननगरी तुल्यं निजान्तर्गतम् पश्यन्नात्मनि मायया बहिर्वोद्भूतं यथा निद्रया यः साक्षात् कुरुते प्रबोधसमये स्वात्मानमेवाद्वयम् तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदम् श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये बीजस्यान्तरिवा कुरो जगदिदं प्राङ्निर्विकल्पं पुनः माया कल्पितदेशकालकलना वैचित्र्यचित्रीकृतम् तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदम् श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये यस्यैव स्फुरणं सदात्मकमसत्कल्पार्थगं भासते साक्षात् तत्त्वमसीति वेदवचसा यो बोधयत्याश्रितान् यत्साक्षात्करणात् भविन्न पुनरावृत्तिर्भवाम्भोनिधौ तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदम् श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये नानाच्छिद्रघटो दरस्थितमहादीपप्रभाभास्वरम् ज्ञानं यस्य तु चक्षुरादिकरणद्वारा बहिस्पन्दते जानामीति तमेव भक्तमनुभात्येतत्समस्तं जगत् तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदम् श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये देहं प्राणमतीन्द्रियाण्यपि चलाम् बुद्धिं च शून्यं विदुः स्त्रीबालान्धजडोपमास्त्वहमिति भ्रान्ता भृशंवादिनः माया शक्तिविलासकल्पितमहाव्यामोहसंहारिणे तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदम् श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या सम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः सर्वोपप्लवरहितः प्रज्ञानघन प्रत्यगर्थो ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि नारायणं पद्मभुवं वसिष्ठं शक्तिं च तत्पुत्रपराशरं च व्यासं शुकं गौडपदं महान्तं गोविन्दयोगीन्द्रमथास्य शिष्यं श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमथास्य पद्मपाञ्चहस्तामलकं च शिष्यं तं तोटकं वार्तिककारमन्यान् अस्मद्गुरून् सन्ततमानतोऽस्मि ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेद विभागिने नमः। शङ्कराश्लेषविलस आनन्दामृतनिर्भराम् विश्वोत्तंसितपादाब्जाम् ब्रह्मविद्याम् विभावये। नमः श्रुतिशिरः पद्मचण्डमातण्डमूर्तये बादरायणसंज्ञाय मुनये समवेश्मने वेदान्तनिकुरुम्बेण तात्पर्येण प्रकाशितः स्वात्मानन्दैकस्येन कल्याणाय शिवोऽस्तु नः। अधीः भगवो ब्रह्म। ॐ तथातो ब्रह्म जिज्ञासा जन्माद्यस्य यतः शास्त्रयोनित्वात् तत्तु समन्वयात्। Bhashya line beginning with this Brahmatma Aikya Avagatihi tu Apratignata iti Tadartho Yuktaha Shastrarambha Athato Brahma Jinyasa. 171 second last line. Okay. Brahmatma Aikya Avagatihi tu Apratignata iti Tadarthaha yuktaha Shastra arambaha Athato Brahma Jigyasa iti. In the Purva Kanda, Karma Kanda, and in the Dharma Jigyasa Shastra also, Purva Mimamsa Shastra, this is not Pratignyata, na Vicharita. Pratignyata declared as a Vishaya, as a subject matter. It is not declared and not Vicharita. This is not declared and Vicharita. Apratignyata. It is not Avagata. Brahmatma Tattvam is not Avagatam in the Karmakanda, from the Karmakanda or from the Purva Mimamsa. Apratignyata. Among the Purusharthas, the Moksha, the Chaturtha Purushartha, Charama Purushartha, the last Purushartha, and which is also called Parama Purushartha, Nishreyasa, that is not Vicharita, that is not presented in the Karmakanda, in the Dharma Mimamsa Shastra. And this has to be answered. If this Parama Purushartha is not analyzed, what is this Parama Purushartha? First of all, it must be settled that everybody seeks this. There's a universal seeking. Everybody seeks this. Behind all our pursuits, this seeking is there. That must be made very, very clear. That there is moksha, that there is purushartha. It is very important. That itself is not very clearly mentioned in the Karma Kanda. Parama Purushartha Moksha is not Vicharita. It's not looked into. What do you seek? What do I seek? What does everyone seek? Why do we do all this? Whatever that we do, why do we do this? What is behind all this? Why do we want to have this, experience this so much? What is all this? What for all this? That the meaning behind all this seeking, the mumuksha, moksha ichha, that is not very clearly presented or analyzed in the Karma Kanda and in the Purvamimamsa Shastra. Whereas it is there. And this has to be very clearly pointed out. Variksha Lokan iti only Vedanta Shastra points out this. Karma Kanda or the Purvamimamsa Shastra does not point out the limitedness, the parichinnatva, the time-boundness of the karma phala, various pursuits. It does not point out. Whereas the Purushartha is the aparichinna triptihi, aparichinna purnatva, sukha, atyanta dukkha nivrittihi. That's what is taught. Therefore, Vedanta Shastra alone talks about the Purushartha also. Makes us understand this moksha. What is this that I am seeking? Makes it very clear. Make us understand. Atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. This itself is, for most of us, most of the people, is revealed by Shastra only. Bhashyakara says there in the Maitreya Brahmana, Atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. There he says, it's all evident to everyone, he says. But to me it was not evident, definitely. It was not evident. Only when I am taught, when the Guru teaches the Shastra, only I understand, yes, that is the truth. Only then I understand. Atmastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. Maybe for Bhashyakara, it is Sarvaloka Prasiddha. It is his vision, his greatness, he sees that. But then, not everybody understands. Atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. Even this is not understood. Shastra only, from Shastra only, we understand. Most of us understand this. And that Atma vare, and therefore, why? That Atma, Priyatamaha, Niratisya Priti, Ashrayaha Atma, therefore, Niratisya Ananda Swarupaha, that Atma Drashtavyaha, I think Shastra only says. And then, what is this moksha? How do I own this moksha? How do I discover moksha? There alone Shastra only says. Therefore, the Brahmatma Aikya Avagatihi is not Pratignyata, and that is Purushartha that needs to be covered. If Veda Shastra does not talk about moksha Purushartha, doesn't describe moksha, doesn't point out to us, make us understand what is moksha, and then if Vedanta Shastra, Veda Shastra does not give us the sadhana, jnanam, the sadhana for moksha, then Shastra will be incomplete. Without moksha description, without the moksha sadhana, without the teaching, Shastra, Veda will be incomplete. Right? Karma is not everything. Karma is a upaya, yes, a great upaya for certain things, yes. But karma is not the upaya for moksha. Upasanam is not the upaya for, it's not the sakshat hetu, sakshat sadhana for moksha. They have their own purposes, they have their own usefulness, their own field, their own scope, yes, they have. But that is not, that by them, by karma alone, moksha siddhi is not there. So, moksha sadhanam has to be taught. Otherwise, if the Shastra does not say all this, then the Shastra, Veda Shastra will be incomplete. It addresses only three Purusharthas, not the Charama Purushartha, Parama Purushartha. That will be a dosha. That will be a dosha for Shastra. Right? So, Shastra is complete. Therefore, that means that this Purushartha also, moksha also, which is in the form of Brahmatma Aikya Avagatihi, in the form of understanding that there is oneness. I and Brahma, I am everything. I am the truth of everything. Everything is Ishvara, that I am. That needs to be understood. That is apratignata, not declared, not vicharita, not pratipadita. And therefore, this pratignata, apratignata means na vicharita. Not only the first sutra, but the entire Shastra. Vedanta Shastra, Mimamsa, Brahma Sutra Shastra. Apratignata means apratipadita. Na pratignata, only what is pratignata can be enquired into, can be presented, can be talked about. Otherwise, we will be talking aprasaktam. Right? Therefore, pratigya should be there first. Atato Brahma Jignasa iti pratigya first. Right? Now, therefore, thereafter, Brahma Vichara, there is inquiry into nature of Brahma being Atma iti. That is pratigya is there. And that is followed by the Shastra. Janmadhyasya yataha iti Shastra explains. The Pratipadanam is there. Pratigya is followed by Pratipadanam. So, apratignyata implies apratipadita, not pratipadita, not presented. Whereas that needs to be presented, and therefore iti, Bhashyakara iti. And therefore, iti tadarthaha, for the sake of Brahmatma Aikya Avagati, yuktaha Shastra Arambaha, that is Pratak Shastra Arambha is very, very needed, very correct, appropriate. Athato Brahma Jignasa. Alright, therefore Bhashyakara substantiates this Shastra Arambha. The very Arambha indicates that this is not Pratignyata, not presented, not understood. Therefore, it needs to be talked about. Arthapatti like. If Brahma is already Pratignyata, if Brahma is Vicharita already in the Purva Tantra itself, Mimamsa Shastra itself, then the Pratak Shastra Arambha should not be there, need not be there, it will be futile. Pishta Peshanavati. It will be only repeating what is already covered in the Dharma Shastra, Dharma Mimamsa. Therefore, this will be Pishta Peshanam. Anartham it will be, Nishphalam. But there is a Pratak Arambha is there. The Pratak Arambha, separate Shastra itself indicates that this is not Adhigata, not Pratignyata, not Pratipadita, not Avagata through the Karma Kanda, Karma Shastra iti, and Arthapatti. Very Shastra, the very presence of the Shastra indicates that it is not Vicharita. Alright. Tasmat aham brahmasmi iti etat avasanaha eva sarve vidhayaha sarvani cha itarani pramanani. All the Vidhi Shastra apply, pertain to all, they have a pertinence, they have a relevance, they have usefulness till Brahmatma Avagati only. So Sarve Vidayaha, all the rules, do's and don'ts, all of them. Vidhi implies all the karma, all the karmani, sarvani karmani, sarvani upasanani cha. And also any laukika karma, varna ashrama vidhi, all the karma, vidhi nisheda rupa, all the sarve vidayaha, avasanaha, they terminate, they culminate. They lead the person, all these vidhis lead the person to the doorsteps of Brahma Vichara. That way they have a purpose, they are very important. Like even, suppose we go to meet the chief of this country, the prime minister or the president, whosoever. Suppose we go to meet, then we are guided, we are taken, okay? We are led from the presidential house or mansion or room, whatever. From there we are led, and then some attendant, some official leads us, and then leads us to the room where we meet the president, and then that official withdraws. Right? So they have a purpose. They serve a purpose in guiding us, taking us to our purpose, to whom we have to meet. So similarly, karma kanda, upasana, bhakti, dharma, all of them, even laukik karma, they have their own relevance. They all lead us to the doorsteps of Brahmadwara, Brahma Vichara Paryantam. They have a scope. They are useful. They are not that, it's not very useless. But their usefulness stops with that. Their usefulness does not penetrate, does not extend into Brahma Vichara, nor after Brahma Vichara, not after Jnana also. So therefore, sarve vidayaha aham brahmasmi iti etad avasanaha eva. And the very purpose of all these vidhis, what is the parama tatparya of all these vidhis? What is the ultimate purpose of all these vidhis? All the karma, as we have seen earlier, all the karma, all the pursuits have twofold purposes. One is the avantara prayojana, the other is the mukhya prayojana. Right? So the avantara prayojana is aihika, amushmika results. Whatever wellness, whatever richness, whatever material gain or any experience, whatever happiness that we all want and need and we all seek, that's all avantara prayojana only. Going to heaven, etc., that's also only avantara prayojana, secondary purpose only. That's not the parama tatparya of the karma. But the mukhya prayojana of karma is in leading us to Brahmadwara, right? Leading us to the Shastra, leading us to the Guru, leading us to the Vedanta Shastra, leading us to Shravana. That purpose they serve. But beyond that, that they have no purpose. Their purpose is fulfilled there. By making us come to the doorsteps of Brahmatma, to the doorsteps of Vedanta, they fulfill their purpose. Therefore, avasanaha, they have culminated. They fulfill their purpose. And you don't trust any more extra purpose into them. That is himsa. In a way, that's a himsa. Expecting the karma shastra to help me in moksha also. Right? It's like expecting a bull to give some milk. Okay. Trying to take some milk out of bull. Okay. So it cannot do. A bull has its own usefulness, but it can't yield milk. Okay. So tadvat karma shastra, expecting karma shastra to lead me to moksha, to grant moksha, to make me discover moksha, whatever expression, okay, appropriately understood. So it is improper. It's a sort of himsa even actually to expect karma shastra, karma vidhi to make me a mukta purusha. Therefore, they fulfill their purpose. Once their purpose is fulfilled, they have done their job, and then you don't wrongly expect, incorrectly expect anything from it. Therefore, avasanaha, they fulfill it. They have no further scope, they don't have any further role to play. That's all they do, and what they have done is very good, very great, and therefore we are thankful to all this, right? And then we proceed further into this vichara. So, sarve vidayaha aham brahmasmi iti etad avasanaha eva. And not only that, sarvani cha itarani pramanani, pratyakshadi, other pramanas also, they fulfill their purpose in making the person available for understanding the Upadesha. Brahmasmi iti, sarvam brahma, jagat karanam brahma, sarvam brahma, ahamasmi iti. To understand that, they all serve the purpose, leading the person. So, sarvani cha itarani, pratyaksha anumana adi pramanani. They have their vyavaharika pramana, right? So they have their scope in the vyavahara, and wherever the scope is vyavahara, there the vyavahara pramana alone applies. That we don't impose the Vedanta pramana, Veda pramana into that. So where pratyaksha is the king or the queen, pratyaksha alone applies, not Vedanta shastra. I have to see the color of an object. That the eye alone is the pramana. I have to listen to this music. I want to listen to this music. Identify this raga, whatever. There, Shrotram alone, ear alone is the pramana, not the Vedanta Shastra, not the Karma Vidhi. That is not the pramana there. Svavishaye Sarvani Pramana. Sureshwaracharya says, Svavishaye Sarvani Pramanani Shurani. They have their absolute capacity to reveal their own scope, what is within their scope, what is within their own field. Svavishaye Sarvani Pramanani Shurani. There is no overlap of pramana. There is no overlapping. Therefore, here what is what we try to understand is not avagata, not pratignyata by any other pramana, by any other shastra, any other pursuit, any other sadhana. Therefore here Vedanta alone is the pramana here. Swatantram pramanam. Brahma Vishaye Shastrameva, Vedanta Shastrameva Swatantram Pramanam. And therefore here Itarani Pramanani don't have any scope here. Itarani Pramanani cha Brahma Avasanani eva. This is not the defect of these Pramanas. This is how they are. This is the nature of the eyes, that it reveals colors and forms, that's all. It is not a defect of the eye that it does not reveal sounds nor the taste. That's not a defect. That's how it is. That's how it is. So therefore, Karma Kanda has its own scope. Other Pramanas have their own scope. So therefore, Itarani Pramana is. And further, the person, the individual takes these as Satya, Paramarthika, which is not taught by the Vidi. In fact, it is not taught by anybody. No parent tells you that you are a samsari, the children, no, the kid, Namakarana, the time of naming ceremony, you are samsari, you are dukhi, you are a nobody, it's not there. In the Namakarana samskara, it is told that you are Brahma, it is told. Nobody tells you that you are a samsari, but the person assumes that I am a karta, bhokta, iti, sukhi, dukhi. It's all assumed. Avichara siddha this is. Not pramana siddha. No pramana, there is no pramana for satyatva of dvaita. There is no pramana at all. People think that pratyaksha is a pramana for dvaita satyatvam. Pratyaksha is a pramana for dvaita, yes. Not for dvaita satyatvam. Okay? Pratyaksha, I see the pot, I see the table, the eyes is not the pramana to prove that Dvaitam is Satyam, Dvaitam is Paramarthikam. In fact, there is no pramana whatsoever. No pramana whatsoever. This is an assumption. I see this, therefore, Dvaitam, I am different from this, therefore, the difference is, Veda is Paramarthika. Right? I am different from the table, yes. That much Pratyaksha helps me understand, yes. But Pratyaksha does not tell that therefore this division is Paramartha, absolute. Pratyaksha does not tell this. Nor there is any Anumana to prove that Satyatva of Dvaita, Satyatva of Veda. There is no Pramana whatsoever. This is just an assumption. People just assume that Dvaitam is Satyam, that's all. Not based on Pramana. They have their own thinking, that's all. Based on their own buddhi, Dvaitam is taken as Paramarthika. It is very important to understand, okay? Very, very important. People think that there are Pramana for Dvaita Satyatvam. We say there are Pramana for Dvaita, yes. But Dvaita Satyatva, there is no pramana whatsoever. There is no pramana. It is something to be understood. So, it is the person who thinks that this Itara Shastra, Itara Pramana establishes Dvaitam as Satyam. No, it doesn't establish. They have established the Vyavaharika Vishaye, they are Pramanani, yes. But Vyavaharika is Satya, there is no Pramana. On the other hand, Vyavaharika is Kalpita, there is Vedanta Shastra, Pramana is there. Correct? Vacharambanam, Vikaraha, Namadeyam, Prapanchopasamaha, Shantaha, Advaitaha iti, Shastra Pramana is there. For Advaita is to say that Advaita is Satyam, Dvaita is Kalpita, for that sake, to understand that Vedanta Shastra, the Pramana is there. But Dvaita Satyatva, there is no Pramana. They are Vyavaharika Pramanani. Within their scope, their own field, they have their validity. But their validity does not carry this extra burden of proving the Satyatvam. No. Pratyaksha does not carry the burden of proving that Pratyaksha is Paramarthika. Vedaha is Paramarthika. Pratyaksha Pramana does not carry this burden. Doesn't have this burden, okay? This is an unnecessary load on the Pratyaksha Pramana. Wrongly put on the Pratyaksha Pramana. Pratyaksha proves Dvaita is Satyam. It is not there. So they have their own scope, their own field. They have the Pramanya within Vyavahara. And this Vyavahara is Laukika Vyavahara and then Alaukika Vyavahara. Alaukika means Shastriya Vyavahara also. And in the Shastriya there is Aihika and Amushmika. Right? Shastriyam va, Ashastriyam, other Laukikam va Vyavahara. Laukikaha va, Shastriyaha va Vyavaharaha. All Vyavahara only. Aihika Vyavahara is also Vyavahara. Amushmika Vyavahara also is Vyavahara only. Right? I go to some loka due to some punya karma. I go to some loka and then there I enjoy the benefits of the special place, special body, etc. That's also Vyavahara only. Swargiya Vyavahara. Paralaukika Vyavahara only. That's also Vyavaharika only. And they have their own Pramanya. The Pramanas have their own Pramanya in their own field, in their own realm, in their own sphere. They have their Pramanyam. That is not disputed. That is not dismissed. But the Satyatva is what is dismissed there. Right? Where Paramarthikatva is dismissed. The Paramarthikatva of Vyavahara. All the Vyavahara. And Pramana does not, no Pramana says that this Vyavaharika Satya iti. No Pramana, there is nothing. They have their own Pramanyam. Like even in the Swapna Avastha, in the dream state, the dream eye is the Pramana. The dream eye is the Pramana for what the person sees in the dream. The dream ear is the Pramana, only Pramana there. It's the only Pramana for the sounds that the dreamer hears and that. They have their Pramanya in the dream state. But once the person wakes up, the dream state is dismissed, dream state goes away, right? And then the Pramanya for the dream eyes and dream ears also, they also gone. It's not there. The way Vyavahara is not there. Very transaction, the field is, the sphere is not there. Therefore there is the Pramanya. The Pramana also is not available. The Pramanya also is sublated. So therefore, with reference to Pramana, the nature of Pramana we understand. They have their own scope. Vyavahara is the scope. Vyavaharika Pramanani they are. This is Paramarthika. Aham Brahmasmi, this is Paramarthika. A different order of reality. This is Satyam it is. Therefore here Vedanta alone is the Swatantram Pramanam. Karma Shastra, other Pramanas, they have no scope here. They have no role here to play. Okay. Nahi aheya anupadeya advaita atma avagatau nirvishayani apramatrikani cha pramanani bhavitum arhanti iti. Aheya anupadeya advaita atma avagatau satyam sati saptami. When it is understood, avagati is there. Avagati means understanding. It's not just information. This aparoksha jnana avagatau satyam. Avagati of what? Advaita atma. Atma which is advaita, non-dual. Brahma, Purna. Satya, and which is Aheya Anupadeya, free from Heya and Upadeya. Nothing to reject, nothing to accept. Right? Sarvam Brahma Aheya Anupadeya. For Purnatva, for being Brahma, for remaining, for understanding oneself as Brahma, as Sarvam as Brahma, or oneself as Sarvam, for that there is giving up or taking, that is Heya Upadaya is all with reference to Anatma only. Here Sarvam Atma iti, Heya Upadayatva is not there in Atma. This Aheya Anupadeya refers to Atma only. What is Aheya, what is Anupadeya means Atma. That's all the meaning of that. In fact, in the process of understanding, we attempt to give up our ajnana, we try to find answers to our samshayas, we try to give up our doubts, right? Viparita bhavana, erroneous, habitual notions and habitual practices, our habits, which are not in keeping with the fullness, fulfillment, vision of the Shastra, that we all give up. It is there. And then we take to Shastra, what Shastra deliberates, it's all there. Therefore, Heya Upadeya, Aheya Anupadeya means only Atma. There is only one meaning for this. Aheya Anupadeya. Aheyascha Anupadeyacha, only one meaning for it, that is Atma. Heya and Upadeya is Anatma. Something given up is Anatma only. And something taken to, accepted, that's also Anatma only. Including Sharira, including mind, it's all Anatma only. Anatma as a Upadi. As a Upadi it is Anatma. As the Adhisthana, Satyam, Brahma, Atma, that is the Jnana. But Namarupa, that is Anatma only. Whereas Aheya Anupadeya, what is that? Advaita Atma. And that Advaita Atma Avagato. What happens to the value that is attached to these pramanas, other pramanas before this avagati? They have their own scope. Savishayani, those pramanas. Pratyakshadi pramanas had their own scope, they had their own vishayas, meaning usefulness was there. Vishaya refers to usefulness here. They had their own usefulness. What usefulness? I need money, I need comfort, I need security, I need to be famous, I need to have a strong body, strong mind, etc., etc. They had their own usefulness. Now, is there any more use for those pramanas, for those pursuits, after a person understands that Sarvam Brahma Ahamasmi? There is no more usefulness for the person to be accomplished for fulfillment. Okay? For fulfillment. There is nothing to be accomplished. Therefore, they lose their usefulness. With reference to fulfillment, Purnatva, they lose their fulfillment. Even before Jnana also, this fellow tried to use Pratyaksha Pramana, etc., all these and all the means, etc. This fellow tried to discover Purnatva. But in the process, the person understands that, yes, no, I am not able to discover Purnatva. I cannot discover Purnatva through all these things. Loka Pariksha, etc., the fellow does. So now the fellow gives up this Agraha, Abhuta Abhinivesha, the fellow gives up. This is not the correct means for this Purnatva. Discovery, owning of Purnatva, this is not the means the person gives up. Therefore, the Pramana lose the value given by the individual to them. Right? It is not that the Pramanas, the other sadhanas, had a capacity to make this fellow Brahma, Purna, Mukta, they never had. It is this fellow who had this Adhyasa, Shobhana Adhyasa on these Pramana, Dhanadanya and all that, Putra, Pautra, Ihaloka, Paraloka and all this, on this Sharira. This fellow had Brahma, right? This fellow loaded those things with the erroneous value that they are going to make me free, they are going to make me feel full, etc. Right? So that is withdrawn, that is not there. The erroneous value imputed to various sadhanas and pramanas, that is withdrawn. Therefore, the assumed phalavatvam is not there. Right? Those pramanas, those sadhanas have their own phalavatvam is still there. Right? Is still there. Vyavaharika prayojanam is still there. Vyavaharika arthavatvam is still there. Like even after a person knows, the eyes are still useful, the mind is still useful, the sharira is still useful, pratyaksha, anumana, they are still useful, walking, talking, they are still useful, not for moksha, but for certain vyavaharika purposes, transactional purposes, they are still useful. But for moksha, ananda, dukkha nivritti, samsara nivritti, they are not useful. This is understood. Okay? Therefore, Bhashyakara nirvishayani. Okay? Nirvishayani means nishpalani for moksha. Not for vyavahara. Still I have to depend on my hands to eat, to hold things. I have to depend on mouth to walk, to talk. I have to depend on my legs to walk. Okay? This is there. But nirvishayani means purnatvaya, mokshaya. Correct? Samsara nivrittaye nirvishayani, nishpalani bhavanti. Okay? Not only that, this pramata also is sublated. Apramatrikani. The pramata also is sublated here. The truth value given to the pramata also is quietly negated. Bhaditaha. The pramata also bhaditaha bhavati. Earlier, before jnana, the pramata was taken as an individual. The individual, the individual is pramata. This is prameyam. This is different from me. This difference is satyam. And then all others are of different pramatas are there. Nana iti. I am the pramata. I am the atma. Many pramatas are there. Therefore, many atma. All these erroneous notions centered on the pramata. That's also gone. Apramatrikani. When the pramata itself is sublated, this erroneous pramata, the satya pramata, pramata was taken as paramarthika, that pramatritvam is sublated. Therefore, there is no pramatri to engage, to take to these pramanas, to take to sadhanas for moksha, for ananda, apramatrikani cha. Okay? And therefore, nirvishayani apramatrikani cha. Therefore, pramanani na bhavitum arganti. They are not pramana anymore. Careful here. Pramana in its own scope. Vyavahara purposes, yes, that continues. Correct? As long as the world is there, as long as the body is there, as long as the person is alive, their pramanya, vishayatva, pramatritva continue, but as badita. Badita means they have scope only for vyavahara purposes only, not for fullness, not for purushartha labha, not to puff up one's ego, not for ego satisfaction. Right? The ego itself, pramata, is sublated. Sublated means understood as Brahmatma. And therefore there is no apurnatva. Therefore ego does not need to be satisfied anymore. Right? The ego aham karta, ahankara, understands that aham brahmasmi. Who is this Brahma? What is this Brahma? Purnam Brahma, Nityatatvam Brahma, Nitya Shuddham Muktam Brahma. Therefore, there is no unfulfillment on the part of ahankara also, jiva also. Therefore, there is no reason for taking to this pravritti for discovery, for retaining or improving fullness, happiness. Right? This is niratisaya, nitya niratisaya sukha swarupa, nitya nivritta samsara swarupaha. And therefore, for samsara nivrittaye, sukha praptaye, tripti praptaye, to gain tripti, purnatva, satisfaction, etc., there is no pravritti. That's all here. Bhadita anuvritti is there for certain laukika, vyavaharika purposes, that is there. But they don't have their earlier wrongly imputed value, satyatva, paramarthikatva. They are going to make me happy, etc. That is not there. Therefore, pramanani na bhavanti iti Bhashyakara. Okay? Alright, it's very important to understand this sentence. correctly. Then Bhashyakara cites this Purva Acharya, Vedanta Acharya. I understood that this is there was some Sundara Pandya Acharya, Vedanta Acharya. And there was some Dravida Acharya. Bhashyakara mentions this Drishtanta Dravida Acharya example in the Mandukya Varṇaka-Bhāshyam example. The rope trick, the rope trick he mentioned, that is quoted by the prince getting lost in the forest, in the Mandukya Varṇaka-Bhāshyam, we saw it. Prince taken by the hunters, etc. Right? That's Bhashyakara mentions through that Dravida Acharya. Here is the Sundara Pandya Acharya. There was one Acharya. We don't know anything else about this Acharya, Sundara Pandya Acharya. Bhashyakara cites this Gatha, a few verses from this Acharya's work. Apicha ahuhu Purva Acharyaha Purva Vedanta Acharyaha Asmat Acharyaha Purva Acharyaha ahu. Our teachers, our gurus say this. Gauna mithyatmano sattve putra deha vibadhanat sad brahmatmaha nityevam bodhe karyam katam bhavet. 3 shlokas he quotes. We will see each shloka. Second line, Sad Brahma Atma Aham Iti Evam Bodhe Sati Saptami. Second line, Sad Brahma Atma Aham Iti Evam Bodhe Sati. When there is this understanding, this wisdom is there. What is that wisdom? What form? What is the form of the wisdom? Sad Brahma Abaditam Purnam Brahma Aham iti aham atma iti sad brahma aham asmi iti evam bodhe sati. What happens as a result of this wisdom, this understanding? The earlier wrong values which are given, satyatva for all the kalpita, they are quietly withdrawn, they are negated. Putra dehadi badhanat. Putra was taken to be Atma iti. Out of this love, out of this attachment towards Putra, etc., that was taken to be Aham iti. Gauna artha. Putre pushte Aham pushtaha. Putre nashte Aham nashtaha iti. When your son or daughter, they do well, okay, you feel elate. My son, my daughter is doing fine, excellent, promoted, has this high position, etc., awarded this, etc. All this. Putre pushte aham pushtaha. On the other hand, when they undergo some difficulty, some trial, something, they undergo some suffering, putre nashte aham nashtaha iti. Gauna abhimana, that undergoes badha. And deha also, dehe pushte aham pushtaha. Dehe nashte aham nashtaha iti. This also undergoes badha iti. And Acharya, it is Adi, Putra, Deha, Adi. Adi padat, Indriya, Manaha, Prana, all this. Ahankara, badhana. Satyatva value, Paramatmika value given. That's all. Samsaritva, they are all samsari, jiva iti. That value is sublated. This was error only. It's not that there is some positive value and then we are taking away the value. It's all adhyasa only. It's all wrongly given value only. It was never there. Right? Namarupe Satyabuddhi. The Satyabuddhi is only adhyasa only, avidya only. That is Bhagita Bhavati. And therefore, Gauna Mithya Atmanaha Asatve. This Gauna Atma iti, like the Putra, Bandhava and all that. Right? Whoever person of my family, my relative, my friend, my circle, my familiar person, known to me, liked by me, valued by me, etc., etc. In all these, in all of them, ahamiti buddhi, atmiya buddhi, ahamiti and mama iti buddhi. This is the gauna atma. This gauna atma becomes asat, asan, understood as not satyam. See, the care, the love, etc., that continues. But the bondage is not there. The compulsive pressure put on them. So you are my friend, you are my family. Okay. So you have to be okay, you have to be fine. Okay. Then I will be fine. The sense of dependency for purnatva, that is not there. Whereas on the owning of purnatva, the compassion, the love, etc., that's all, the understanding, that all continues. In fact, that increases. That is better. In fact, everything becomes your family. Everybody becomes not just your family. You become everything. You are everything. You transcend. You become much bigger. So it's not only your family is your family. Everybody is Vasudha eva kutumbakam. And that you are not even a kutumbaka, not even family. It is you. It is not your family. It is you. Verily you. Therefore, that is there. Compassion, purnatva, care, etc. That continues in better light, in understanding, in a greater degree, in love, that continue. But this erroneous value is not there. Gauna atma is asate. The mithya atma, mithya by this here refers to naroham, kartaham, mudaha iti. This is the mithya atma. I am a human being, right? I am as though a human being, that is the truth. I am not a human being, I am as though a human being. I am the human being, whatever that is known as a human being, the truth of that is me. Right? The human being is me, but I am not the human being. Right? Wave is water, but water is not the wave. That is understood. And then karta, bhokta, sukhi, dukhi, mudaha, buddhaha, all these are all mithya abhimana. That's also sublated. Kartritva is sublated, bhoktritva is sublated. Vyaktitva, the individuality is understood as the individual is resolved in the oneness. Right? I am the truth of everything. Everything is me. I am all the parichinna buddhi goes away. Then karyam katham bhavet, Acharya asked. How can there be karma? How can there be kartritva? Karyam means kartritva. Kartritva, how will it be there? Apurnatva, how will it be there? Avidya, kama, karma is not there. Kartritva is not there. There is only invoking, seeing, appreciating the fullness only is there. Apurnatva is not there at all. It's not there at all. This apurnatvam is all the incompleteness, unfulfillment, etc., the imperfection, not good, all is useful, useless. It's all our kalpita, avidya kalpita only. So and so is useful, such and such is useful, this and that is useful. That is not useful. All is useful, useless. Useful is kalpita mithya, useless also is kalpita mithya only. Vyavahara is kalpita, karma is kalpita, akarma also is kalpita. Karmani, akarmayah pasyet, akarmani cha, karmayaha. So, action, inaction, all these are all kalpita only. Kartrutva, bhoktritva, sarvam kalpitam. But kalpita does not continue as satyam. Therefore, purnatvaya, ananda praptaye, mokshaya, I want to improve my moksha. I want to retain my moksha. Right? My moksha is something wanting. I want to improve, clear. I want to purify my moksha, etc. All this. For that say, karyam na bhavati. I am mukta, all right. I am atma, all right, but I am not famous. Okay? I want to be famous. Karyam na, tasya karyam na vidyate. See, if I try to run after fame, the fame will run away from me. Anything that I run towards, tends to run away from it because it is anirvachaniya. The runner, the one who runs after is anirvachaniya. What I run after is anirvachaniya. Right? It's like my trying to touch the horizon. Never horizon will become touched by me. In the Samudra Mathana, in the churning of the Milky Ocean, Lakshmi Devi comes up, manifests from the Samudra. And then all the Devas, I want her, I want her, I want to marry her, I want to marry her, etc. All they tried. Lakshmi said no to all of them. Whom did she choose? Mahavishnu. You are the only one who did not run after her. Okay? Because Mahavishnu is Satya. And these are all, this Jivatva, Kalpita, Anirvachaniya. Therefore, fame is, if it is in the Prarabdha, if it is in the Punya Phala, we don't know whether fame is Punya or Papa, we don't know. Ask very famous people, they don't want to be famous. Only the infamous wants to be famous, not infamous, not famous. Okay. Not famous wants to be famous. The infamous are anyway famous. Okay. Swami used to mention this in Milwaukee Zoo. Okay. In the Milwaukee town in US, once they had this, who is the most popular being in the city, Milwaukee city? They voted for Samson. If I think I'm right. And then, who is this Samson? Samson is the gorilla in the zoo, Milwaukee Zoo. Most famous. It's enough. If somebody is a gorilla, that is somebody is a gorilla, that's good enough to be famous. You don't have to be a human being, okay? Born with golden wings, etc. No, it's not necessary. A gorilla is good enough. Being a gorilla is good enough to be famous. Okay. So these are all, if it is there in the karma, it will be there. If it is not there, it will not be there. That's all. But then, whether it is there or not there does not make any difference to your fullness. You are being Atma Brahma. You are rich, you are famous, you are healthy, you are not so healthy. Right? You live for long or you don't live for long. These are all karma. Karma phala. And we don't know for sure whether it is punya or papa, we don't know. I may think that this is desirable. No, I want to be the Prime Minister of India. No, I have some Shobhanadhyasa. Suppose if and when I become the Prime Minister, I understand what all problems are there. Then next day I would like to resign. Okay, I don't want to be the Prime Minister of India. We think it's a chair of bed of roses. It's a bed of thorns. I tell you, it's all thorns. It's like Naraka. It is not easy to survive that. You are open to commit mistakes all the time. See, keep on deciding, keep taking decisions, decide. You have to keep on taking important decisions. And it's not possible. You don't have enough time. You don't have the luxury of time. 2 minutes you have to decide about some major thing, some social welfare project. Within 5 minutes, 2 minutes, you have to make a decision. You don't have the time, luxury of time to go through all the factors, think through. Let me sit in my easy chair and then let me think for 5 days. No. You don't have the time. You have to decide. You have to take decisions. You keep on taking decisions. Some of them turn out to be right, and some of them turn out to be wrong also. You will commit mistakes. You will make mistakes. It's inescapable. And then you face all the flack, okay, all the criticism for wrong decision. It's not easy at all. A king's role is very difficult. It's not living. It's an irresponsible king is different, but a responsible ruler, no, it's very, very difficult. Responsibility. So we don't know whether it is punya or papa. We don't know. All anirvachaniya only. All these anirvachaniya pursuits, this person is not, the wise person is not after all this anirvachaniya. Understand that these are all anirvachaniya only. And they do not add or subtract anything from my being, Purna. Sarvam Purnam Brahma Ahamasmi iti. Nothing is taken away. Nothing is added to that. Therefore, Karyam Katham Bhavet iti Acharya. Karyam Aksheparte Prasnaha. Next sloka. Anveshtavyaatma vijnanat prapramatritvamatmanah anvishtasyat pramataiva papmadoshadivarjitah. Anveshtavya Atma Vijnanat Prak. Before Vijnana, before Aparoksha Jnana. Of what? Atma. Atma is what? Anveshtavya. What needs to be Jnaya, what needs to be understood. Brahmatvena Anveshtavya. Brahma is to be understood as Atma. Atma is to be understood as Brahma, right? Jiva is to be understood as Ishvara. Ishvara is to be understood the truth of this Jiva. Iti Anveshtavya Atma Vijnana Prak. Before Atma Vijnana, Atma which is Anveshtavya. This Anveshtavya can go with the goes with Atma. Okay. Atma Anveshtavya. This is in keeping with the Shastra. Sa Anveshtavya. Shastra says. Upanishad says. Therefore, Sundara Pandya Acharya uses Anveshtavya Atma Vijnana Prak. Atmanaha, for oneself, here it is a reflexive pronoun, or in the Atma which is Kalpita, Pramatritvam, the knowerhood, etc. Pramatritvam is Upalakshana for Kartritva, Bhoktritva, all this. So, Atmanaha Pramatritvam, when is it there? Atma is Pramata. When it's taken as true, real? Prak, Vijnanat Prak Eva. Before understanding what I am, the true nature of myself, before that, I take myself as a Karta, Bhokta, seer, doer, thinker, etc., experiencer, enjoyer, all that. What happens when I understand my Swarupa as Brahma? Anvishtaha, Jnataha, understood, Avagataha. What happens? Pramata eva. What was taken as the Pramata, the very same Pramata, is understood as Atma, which is Papma Dosha Adi Varjitaha. Ever free, Varjitaha, free from Dosha. Dosha is Papma, sin, Papa, not sin, Papa. Dosha, defect, etc. Adi Padat, Punya, all that. Punya Varjitaha, Papa Varjitaha, Guna Varjitaha also. Right? Adipadat, Punya, Guna, all Varjitaha. Alright. Understood. There is no Pramata. Pramata is only Kalpita, Adhyasta. Badhita Anuvritti continues. If necessary, when necessary, where necessary. Otherwise, the Pramata is understood as, even there, the Pramata is understood as Badhita only. Alright. So the Pramata is not Satya anymore, it's only understood as Kalpita. And Acharya beautifully says in third shloka, Dehatma Pratyayo Yadvate Pramanatvena Kalpitaha Lautikam Tattva Vevedam Pramanam Tvatmanishchayat Iti. Yadvat, like Dehatma Pratyayaha. Deha is Atma, Atma is Deha, iti Pratyayaha. This thinking, this notion, this idea. Yadvat, before Jnanam, Pramanatvena Kalpitaha. It is taken as valid. Pramana here is valid, correct. It is taken as true before Jnana. Tadvat eva, very much in the same way, laukikam. This laukikam also, vijnanat prak satyatvena kalpita, laukikam pramanam. This laukika, pratyakshadi, all that, idam pramanam bhavati, taken as pramana. Like I am taken as, I take myself as pramata before, till jnana, before jnana. So too, the laukika and all this all taken as pramana, till jnana. Remember, here the pramana for this, the pramanatvam continues for vyavaharika purposes, it continues. In their own field, the pramanya continues. Correct? The usefulness, pramanya, that value continues. But that is not wrongly taken to connect with paramartha, paramapurushartha. Correct? Mokshaya pashyami, mokshaya idam karmo karomi ityadi. It is not there. That mistake is not there. Paramartha vishaye idam apramanam. Vyavahara vishaye as before pramanya continues. But that's not paramartha. That earlier that mistake was there, this is all paramartha. That mistake is not there. Right? Bhadita anivritti alone is there. Satyatva buddhi is not there in that. How long this is there? No. Till what? No. Pramanam tu iti. The tu pada distinguishes from the Vedanta pramana. Tu shabdartha Vedantanam kalatraya abhadya bodhitatvad. Distinguished from the Vedanta pramana. What Vedanta pramana reveals is paramartha all the time. Nitya satyam iti. Whereas all the laukika pramanas, other pramanas, what they reveal is only that they are taken to be satya till atmajnana. So to distinguish the nature of Vedanta pramana from other pramanas, the tu shabda is there. Pramanam tu iti. Atmanishchayat. That is the sandhi there. Tu plus plus atmanishchayat. Dirgha sandhi also is there. Yan sandhi and then dirgha sandhi. Atmanishchayat. Means up to. Maryada. Up to and excluding. Till Atmanishchaya is there, they enjoy, they are given pramanyam. Right? Like Deha Atma Buddhi is taken as pramana satyam, so too these are taken as satya. How long? Till Atma Jnana is there. Atma Nishchayat, Atma Swarupa Nishchayat. Up to. What happens after Atma Nishchaya? Their pramanya is sublated, understood as anirvachaniya, mithya, kalpita, he understood. Atmanishya. Here the Acharya, Purvacharya points out that the pramanya is only in the vyavahara avastha. Before ajnana, before jnana, only that's all he points out. So sarvani pramanani, Bhashyakara has said, sarvani cha itarani pramanani, sarve cha vidayaha, Etad avasanaha eva, that Bhashyakara substantiates by citing the Purvacharya Upadesha Vachanam. Okay? And the word iti marks the completion of this Sutra Bhashya. Tattu samanvayat Sutrasya Bhashya Samaptihi iti. Okay? We'll take a break now, we'll come back. 11 o'clock we'll receive. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vachishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hare Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hare Om.